All right, home gym tour time. Let me get some lights on here. This is, I still need a name for this little iron paradise that I have created in my basement. But this is my current home gym. I don't have a place for the weights, so they remain on the floor or on the rack. And I was actually, well, this looks bad. This is not normally me. Just forget about what you're seeing right now. But let's actually start off in the corner with the equipment that you first see. TV that I'm going to get mounted at some point to play music on or something. Got an assault bike right here. And funny story about the assault bike. When I was at the athletic club one night, one of the trainers comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, we have this, let me see if I can turn this around. We have an extra assault bike, one of the Rogue ones. It's starting to fall apart a little bit, so it makes a noise, but it's yours if you want." And I'm like, beautiful, a free Rogue assault bike that's normally $700 or more? Fantastic, I'll take it. And then he goes and looks for it, and turns out one of the other trainers grabbed like all three of them and left with them. So no assault bike for me, but I was at the gym and I'm telling the story to one of my clients who also I grapple with at Fearless MMA. One of my favorite clients, incredible athlete, hard worker, funny guy, super successful. And he's like, "I have one in my basement if you want it." And so we got a Schwinn assault bike that works quite well. I enjoy it. It does all the jobs that I need to do. Coming over here, we have a hack squat machine that was handmade in someone's garage. Very cool piece of equipment. I was at Tori's house one day, my fiance, and one of her dad's like, "Hey, there's this guy giving away this like hack squat machine down the street." And I was like, are you serious? Like, giving away? So we go and we're looking at it. He talks to us, shows us his massive home gym in his garage, and he's like, "Yeah, it's yours if you actually use it." And so it works as you hold on to it from the bottom and then you put your back against there and you squat. But because it goes so low, you can get incredible depth, especially with where you place your feet on here. Really cool machine. And at the end of the workout, you don't only need more than 90 pounds, especially if you're going super, super deep on these. So it works really well. Really kind of janky, you know, a little fear for your life when you're using it. But I think that makes it all the better, honestly. But coming over here, we got the Dick's Sporting Goods squat rack. Not the highest quality, but it gets the job done. With that, I also bought a barbell that came with weights, so 300 pounds total. So the barbell, and then minus 300 minus 45 pounds in weights. And then I picked up a pair of extra 45 plates to also use. So I have four 45s, a set of 35s, 25s, 10s, 5s, and 2.5s. And then I also picked up a kettlebell while I was also at Dick's too. More than you ever need, honestly. Coming over here, I hung my discipline equals freedom sign, the Jocko sign. Jocko Willink sign. Still listen to his podcast occasionally. Not as into it as I used to be, but I think a lot of his leadership stuff is decent. That being said, did him and his unit possibly commit some egregious crimes? Or not egregious crimes. Did him and his unit maybe do some crazy stuff when they were a Mahdi that wasn't the best? Possibly. But that being said, I wasn't there. My brother painted the Space Marine thing for me, so I'm going to get it hung up at some point. Get that put on the wall. Pretty cool. Very cool. I love Space Marines. I don't know much about Warhammer 40k, but the little bit that I do know, it's pretty metal. Everything that happens in that universe is insane and super cool. And I'm like, Space Marines, 8 feet tall, genetically enhanced creatures that live for hundreds of years, that goal is only to serve the Empire. I'd be one, maybe, quite possibly. Probably not. I'd probably die in the process, or be some peasant on a world that I have no rights on if I was in the 40k universe. That being said, we have Everlast bag here that I hung jankily from the ceiling. I hung it initially over in the other corner of my basement, but it got pulled out of the ceiling. And so this looks like it wouldn't be good, but I put this on here. I hung from it, already hung up, and it didn't budge the board at all. And so I'm hoping it never falls and takes my house in with it. But got that, and then some extra. I really need to organize it, but I kind of just threw all my crap in the corner. Weighted vests, some wraps, some knee pads for fighting, my bloody headgear from my Muay Thai fight, and my gloves. Overall, I love this setup so much. Super metal, super basic. It gets the job done. I would have loved a pull-up bar, but the issue with having a pull-up bar is that it can exert like thousands of pounds of force depending on where you're in the movement while you're doing it on your house. And so I don't want to take my house down or rip something out of the wall. So we're just not going to have that. But it gets the job done. I still have a ton of gym memberships, but overall, I think it's certainly worth it, being able to come down here and train or have people over. Initially, I was going to get a ton of mats in this area up here. Just get tons of fighting mats for grappling sessions late at night, or just when the gym's closed. But the fiance didn't like that idea, and they're really heavy, the ones that I got offered. So tragically, could not do that. What is up, guys? We just trained some little cardio, a little bit of biceps and triceps action. Just an easy Sunday workout. Did 20 minutes on the assault bike and 10 minutes on jump rope, and then some shadow boxing. And then my curls, tricep extensions, some skull crushers. You know, the works. I had been hearing about the anabolic ice cream from Greg Doucette for a really long time. It's been probably 3 years since I heard of it. I tried making it once, but I forgot the xanthan gum. And for me now, I don't have a free food at my work anymore, and so I gotta figure out a way to actually learn how to cook, or at least make myself something besides beef. As great as that is, I just eat like 2 pounds of beef a day. So right here we have 2 cups of protein powder. We have a pound and a half of milk, some xanthan gum, and then what else? Ice cubes and some vanilla extract. And so pretty cheap, very easy to make. Made obviously a ton. And the surface looks a little like Jello, but we're gonna try the anabolic ice cream and see how good it is. I'm pretty excited. Oh, that is great. That is fantastic. This is definitely gonna be one of my new favorite pre-workout desserts. Probably total it has, I think, probably under 500 calories for over 60 grams, for probably 55 grams of protein. I did put some cinnamon granola, cinnamon like protein oatmeal, and so probably close to like 600 calories. But this is a lot of ice cream. I'm gonna finish this. This is great. I think you should certainly try this. So we're almost done, and I gotta say, I probably should have broken this into 2 sittings because of how filling this is. Like, genuinely, this feels like a full meal, if not that, and I still have more left inside of here. I think this is gonna be like almost like a weekly thing for me now, to like when I want like a treat, and I also want to hit my protein and not be super fat from the calories I'm eating. I think the protein yogurt's great. Not the protein yogurt, the anabolic ice cream is phenomenal. I would certainly recommend trying this. I'm gonna try and finish this without getting sick, because of how full I am, but it truly is delicious. And I use banana protein powder for this, but I think I might try getting some fruit or mixing it up and maybe doing some different flavored protein powder, trying to make different flavors. But I would highly recommend this.